Moto3 returns after its forced spring break. Welcome to the absolutely incredible circuit of Jerez as we get set for Moto3 and the racing action to begin. Let's take a look first of all then at your starter for 11 out here on the grid. Pole position goes to Maximo Quiles from David Munoz and Alvaro Carpi. Esteban, Unitai, Fernandez, Kelso, Almanza, Bertoletti, Danish, Morelli, Peroni, Ogden, Moody, Cruciers alongside them with O'Gorman, Pratama, Salmela, Rios, Buckerman, Pini, Yamanaka, Mittiati as well, and O'Shea, Caro and Ramstorfer right at the back. Let's check in with TNT.
Softer option, the other half of the harder option, but the front tyre majority is the harder option, although we've got a few softs out there too, so it's a proper split bag here on tyre choice, but Quiles opting for the race distance option, which is harder front, harder rear, so patience in these early laps. Perhaps he could make a breakaway with the speed he's had this weekend, but you know Munoz will be after him. Brian Uriardi, a bit of a danger man from the middle of the second row of the grid, middle of the third row. Almanza has looked good and he's returning from injury, so the challenges will come to Quiles in these opening laps, and try to keep it a group race, because we've seen in the past here it can break away and you can get a little bit of a split pack here in Jerez.
Yeah, Jose Antonio Rueda won this race by 4 seconds 1 year ago, but David Alonso with a big margin a couple of years ago threw it down the road, as Michael quite rightly pointed out. I will also say, Michael, they had a damp practice yesterday morning. Qualifying, it was just dry, wasn't it? So they haven't actually, since Friday, had that much dry running.
No, it's been limited throughout. The qualifying was getting there yesterday, but yeah, losing the morning session when some of these riders wanted to try stuff. I know our side of the garage with Joel Kelso, we had a lot to try yesterday morning. The weather interrupted that plan, so it is a little bit of a venture into the unknown in terms of the pace you can put in on these tyres. They know this track intimately from pre-season testing, from racing here in the past. So
it's not just pre-season testing, they know a lot about this circuit, and the live timings might go off at the start of the race. We've been having that issue. They do usually come back at the start of lap 2. I'll do my best to figure it out. Here we go then, folks. Time for round 4 of the Moto3 World Championship in 2026. We're at the circuit Anglo Nito Jerez, and we are all set for those 5 red lights. Got a yellow flag though on the grid. They won't do the start procedure just yet. Lights are on. Long hold on the lights, so they're going to give us, yes they are, lights out, we're racing for Moto3. Now the yellow flag was at the back, but that doesn't matter. It's a good start coming through on the inside line, and that's going to be Maximo Quiles trying to go on the inside, but Munoz goes round it, and he has the advantage uphill in towards turn number 1. There's been an accident already, rider down on the inside line. That's Bertelli. Bertelli has crashed out of the first corner, so that's not the best situation to try and get through. But Matteo Bertelli is out of the session as they fly through. Lap 1 of 19, Munoz leading from Esteban. Then it's Maximo Quiles coming into position as well. So Maximo Quiles with a nice run on the inside of the situation board at the moment. We'll try and get our live timings refreshed on for you. There we have them, lap 1 of 19, Munoz and Quiles, and then Alvaro Carpe coming in as they come down the braking zone. Joel Esteban to the inside line at dry sack, and Esteban takes the lead of the race with a sweet move on the inside. Maximo Quiles is going to try and fight back though as they come round turn number 8 at Ashbar and then hold it through on the inside line. Still no real advantage at the moment, trying to be on the 2. Bertelli has rejoined the race, are being told, so that's something at least as they fly down for the first lap. Everyone's moving up. Danish up to 8th position as well. Much better lap time coming through as Casey O'Gorman runs further back as well. Mittiata moving down as well. Eddie O'Shea losing out on several positions further back. But yeah, we'll hopefully have that sorted out ASAP. Got our rider tracker back. So it just takes lap 1 to have a little bit of a problem, and then we're all sorted once more as they pile through. See Bertelli at the back then on that sector time graphic as lap 1 is complete here as they continue on the attack. Lap 2 of 19. Not a huge gamble on the 2. Just trying to take a look, though, at the grid position changes out here. You can see how much they've been differentialed. So Esteban up 2, Maximo Cuelas retakes the lead. Bertelli has come into the pit lane, well, we thought he might do overall as well to get that one out sorted, but at least he's doing some things out there as the racing action continues on. Peroni up 6 places from where he started. You've got to say as well that that was a remarkable feat. As they turn again then on the backstretch down to Drysack. Peroni P5, Augusto Fernandez now, sorry, Adrian Fernandez should say, up in 6th position. The two brothers. And Maximo Cuelas holding the advantage at the front as they come round on the inside, the left-hander through Aspar. Esteban's challenging just behind as well. You can hear the megaphone man in the background shouting, "Vamos, vamos, vamos." Who is going to be Vamos? Maximo Cuelas leading at the moment, Spanish rider. And the Aspar team going round Aspar, turn 8 it was. Now to turn 12 before hanging on the brakes, and that's a cheeky move from David Munoz. Goes to the inside line of Joel Esteban down at turn 12, forces him wide and has the position sorted. And that's going to allow, actually that's dropped him a lot back. Danish now up as well. Esteban's dropped down to 5th place, so Carpe and Adrian Fernandez got through at 3. And now Maximo Cuelas 1:44.845, Munoz 1:44.806. So Munoz with the fastest lap time on the control monitor. Munoz still holding that inside line together as they go on the attack. This is lap 3 of 19. And now here is Matteo Bertoletti. He is out of the race. Peroni moves up into 5th position. Esteban is in P6. And let's have a replay of the start. Michael.
18 in the middle of the pack.
Does it get collected?
He does. Oh, Adrian Fernandez takes his inside handlebar.
A nudge with the angle that Bertelli had. It just took the load off his front wheel. So, yeah, he'll be a little bit annoyed, but not... I wouldn't say that's dirty from Fernandez. It's a coming together off the lines on the exit of the turn.
These things happen already. Quiles at the front is stretching them, and it looks at the moment like Munoz, my apologies, is the only one able to go with him.
Last time around, those lap times would have qualified him 4th on the grid. So with a full fuel load, with the new tyres and on the harder option tyre, it just goes to show he's got an advantage in his pocket. The chase group trying to hang on it. As predicted by a few of the riders, Munoz may well be the only guy to be able to match Quiles here today, and that's how things are evolving here. And these laps, a bit of a moment there with Esteban and Kelso in the back of shot.
Yeah, Munoz as well has fitness to think about. He hasn't raced, has he, since the opening round in Thailand, and even then he was beaten up. He was in poor nick. He had to go back and have another operation on his leg, a bit of infection problems in it. And so you just wonder. I know the Moto3 races aren't the longest, of course, just 19 laps, but you still feel like around Jerez it's a physical racetrack. It could take its toll, but if we know something about Munoz, he's a dog with a bone, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a fighter. He will try and use the work of the lead man, Quiles. We're seeing that the incident involving Bertelli and Fernandez is currently under investigation, so they will look from different angles than what we just seen on our pictures and decide if the contact could have been avoided from Fernandez's side.
It's first corner of a race, 26 Moto3 riders diving into
Personally,
one corner.
Leave it go.
I think potentially harsh. It is really frustrating for Bertelli. He has had his inside handlebar taken away from underneath.
Maximo Cuelas goes wide there.
It's a difficult one to penalise, and it's one of those where you can't see everyone around you with your peripheral, but they have to take a look at it because the collision caused someone else to end up down pit lane and ruin their race, so you've got to take a look.
Yeah, you have to sort of do the rough with the smooth, I'm afraid. You can't just get a free pass these days in motorcycle racing. That's Bertelli coming back. Hang on, Ramstoffer did not start the race, apparently. So that's why we're down to 24 runners on our timing screens up here in the booth. Bertoletti has restarted and is now starting from the pit lane. So Bertelli has now rejoined the race, be it 4 laps down But he is out of the circuit. There he is. Shooting up towards turn number 1 on the driver tracker. Unit time move up into 7th. And Marco Morelli up in 8th now at 3 places. This race is going to be all about skill. You don't want to make an error and drop the front at the worst moment and it just sort of spins you back around. You've got to find it where it's cool, calm, collected and calculated. That's always the favourite one. Stewards have said no further action after reviewing Bertelli and Fernandez's incident. So that's on the FIM MotoGP stewards, bossed by Simon Crafar. No further investigation necessary. So they have deemed it just as a lap 1 turn 1 incident. And rightly so. They shouldn't really have had an opportunity to change that. It was just an accident that can happen to anybody. It wasn't deliberate. Eddie O'Shea gets ahead of Yamanaka as on board with Alvaro Carpe. Had a slight moment coming out of dry sack at turn 6. The rear just looping around a little bit. So that's allowed now Valentin Perrone in 5th position to be right up alongside. So the Red Bull KTM Ijo team battling with the Red Bull KTM Tech 3 as they come out now of Aspar into turn 9. Then at 10, the quadruple right-hander of 9, 10, 11 and 12 before finally the left-hand hairpin at turn 13, which will come up in around about 10 seconds time. This is looking good for Valentin Perrone as well. He's going to try a little slipstream manoeuvre somewhere. He doesn't want to have the disadvantage. Uritai still up in 6th position. Over the line we come now. And it's Maximo Cuelas from David Munoz, Adrian Fernandez, Alvaro Carpe, Valentin Perrone. That's your top 5. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 who are in a battle for the lead of the race. 6 down is in its own separational battle. So that's from Uritai down all the way until Cormac Buchanan in 19th position. So 7 to 19, all sort of in the line together. You can see on the gaps how that is. And Perrone, the Argentine rider, desperately trying to go around the outsiders. Right, meantime, David Munoz under attack from Adrian Fernandez for 2nd position. Fernandez slips through the inside line at turn 5, and he now moves up into 2nd position. And here comes Valentin Perrone. He's on the inside line, down into the dry sack hairpin. Carpe on the outside. It's a sweet move from Perrone. Carpe tries to get the undercut back. Foot comes off the foot peg at the moment, but nothing coming through. Really going to try and hold it together. But it is Perrone up into 4th, Carpe down into 5th. Maximo Cuelas now leading by 0.58 of a second. Cuelas is looking, again, in control of this Moto3 season. Many picking him for the World Championship this year, and quite rightly so in many regards. Also wonder if we're going to see a differential fact coming in for the Moto2 race. Don't forget, and that's a sweet cut back through from Alvaro Carpe on the inside line at turn 12. He gave absolutely no room to Valentin Perrone. Carpe slips back through the 83, repasses the 73. And now Perrone's got the toe down the start-finish line, uphill towards turn 1. He looks to the inside, right-hander. Not going to work down there because the 83 was much further ahead in the braking zone. There's gravel on the circuit. Exit at turn 1. They'll be mindful of that. But so far, so good. Cuelas has dropped that half. As Maximo Cuelas made a mistake because he was 5 tenths ahead. Now he's only 0.186. Yeah, Fernandez was mega fast in that last lap time. And here comes David Munoz as well. Okay, maybe we were wrong in this regard. Maybe there is going to be a battle to be maintained. Down we come once again into the braking zone for dry sack at turn 6. Cuelas has the inside line. Fernandez just losing up the rear. David Munoz holding in. Yeah, Maximo Cuelas now been told the rider behind. The gap is 0.4 of a second. This is lap 7 of 19, 13 to go. An awful long way for these Pirelli tyres to take. I wonder if it is due to the Pirelli rubber. Yeah, might be. So, holding on the front then, Maximo Quiles 30.772. So much more momentum. Munoz wants to move. He is pushing these top two at the front now. Into the braking zone. For turn number 13. Oh, and Quiles goes in deep. Gets his foot off the side of the bike on the right side. Makes a small error. And Adrian Fernandez takes the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. But we've got a yellow flag out and set to 4. Don't know who's gone down to the last corner. I think it... Well, Eddie O'Shea's dropped down the time stream. I'm not too sure. Is it 3 down? It is Zenmiati who has gone down, and that's brought out the yellow flags. So he's back up and running now, completing the lap time. So I think that's just a drop and a re-go. Adrian Fernandez leads here in Spain. Perrone gets back ahead of Carpe. So Fernandez got a good run. He was already on the apex. Max McCrellis just taking too much speed down into the turn 13 Lorenzo hairpin. And meantime, down to the turn 6 hairpin, the dry sack Pedrosa. Are we going to have a little look from David Munoz to have a go here on Maximo Quiles? No. No, we are not. Thought for a split second, was he going to make a move? Munoz trying to find a way back through. They're going to have to find a real opportunity to attack. Hello, Plug, says and Tig. Plug's here. Hello, let's have some good racing, says Tig. And Plug's here with a yellow again. Yellow flag out sector 3 now. David Munoz as well is Tig's winner. Hello, everybody. Nice that you found us here on JB Sports. Oh, hang on. Guido Pini. Yep, Guido Pini has crashed at turn 9. And this is the battle. That's hang on a minute. Marco Morelli has moved up into 4th position. How's that happened? Carpe and Perrone have been battling so much, they've dropped the top 3 leaders, and now they're in the battle from 7th down. So Marco Morelli has now made his way up, and now the Red Bulls are together on the circuit. We're watching the battle for the leaders as well. What an amazing Moto3 race. This is what it does so well here, the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's have a replay. So this is the 83. That is Alvaro Carpe, the 73 on the inside, and diving through at turn 12. Oh boy, what a fantastic slipstream on the inside line from Marco Morelli. Maximo Quiles under attack now from David Munoz in the exit at turn 5. This is the lead group we're watching towards turn number 6's hairpin. He's in the slipstream. Can he find a way through under braking? Yes, he can. He's going for it. The crowd cheer Munoz on. And he's through. They're loving this for great racing, and I don't blame them one bit. David Munoz up into 2nd position. So this is actually proving that maybe Jerez can actually, have some decent racing. We're seeing some classic action here so far in Moto3. Yellow flag out 3rd sector. There's been another crash. I think it could be Rushi Moody. Nicola Caro also coming to a slow, and it is. It's Nicola Caro. So he's gone down at turn 6 at the dry sack Pedrosa hairpin. Let's take a look. Oh, hang on. That is not the accident we're looking for. That's the 94 of Guido Pini crashing out. Dropped it coming on the inside line at turn 9. So on the 8 tree, he just drops it. Oh, move going on further back. David Munoz under attack this time from Quiles. Quiles takes 2nd position with an inside move down at the turn 13 hairpin. Very nice. If these 3 continue battling in the front, then to answer Tig's question in the chat, can Morelli close up? Yes, he can. Morelli has done a 30.780 in that middle sector, sector 3. Gap 2.992 to Fernandez, 2.735 to this lot here. Perrone battling with Rios. And now, well, their tyres are done. And if they keep battling, we're halfway, by the way, in the Moto3 Grand Prix of Spain. 10 down, 10 to go. As you count the lap we're on. Rios gets back ahead of Perrone. Kelso's dropped down 6 places. Fernandez now really on the attack. Maximo Quiles still going to be on it. Down into the hairpin. 3 wide further back. And yeah, these lot battling have really closed up now. Carpe takes 5th position as well as several riders have more moments on our timing screens. It's sort of a question of who hasn't made a mistake out there. This is something just a little bit different in Moto 3. Battle for first. We're with Prix now. He comes out in 9, into 10. And then through 11 and 12, the two kinks together. That form the last sector of this circuit. And then it's the hairpin time at turn 13. I don't think he's too close this time by for a manoeuvre. Yeah, he's just sort of lifted out of it. Didn't want to have the overall attack function. As we go on again. Lap 10 of 19 then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Again, it's not give it a, but it's nice actions. It's nice sectors. Everyone's making this very much easy for themselves. It's a good little run around. I'm enjoying it. I hope you're enjoying it as well back home. This is very much crash, bang, wallop action as they come through once more. This is lap 11 of 19 now. Prix is moved up into 8th position. Rios up to 12th and 13th. Yep. I agree with what you're saying, Ting. This is looking brilliant stuff right now. And Brian, hang on. What's happened to Perrone? Dropped down now to 10th position. Just a couple of places swapped back on him. Yeah, it's getting very messy further back from 4th down. Pratama moves up into 6th position. So more drama to be contended with. You sort of got to take the rough. I don't want to say it all the time, but take rough with smooth means the fact that these tyres are such a sort of negative point. As look at that, you can see on board right now with Rios, who goes through Pratama. Rios is bouncing around on the rear like he's got an invisible flat spot. Top 5 in the championship at the moment. I'll get that up for you. Well, here's a question. Has our points screen loaded in? It has. Give me a minute and I'll refresh and then we can have points paying positions for you. This is points as it stands. Here it is then. So points as it stands in this race as it comes into it. So this is how it stands right now. Oh, hang on a minute. That's not points paying positions. That's still the race strategy guides. Hang on. Where's points? Standings. There we go. Live television for you people to come in. It's crashed on me. Oh well, we'll get that working soon. We'll get it working soon. I'll try it on this screen. Maximo Prix leads by 31 points to Fernandez. So 85 to 54. Carpe 53. Morelli on 45. Perrone 45 also. So they're level on points. That's live as they run now in the championship as Rios makes his way back through on the inside line. Really close action right now going on. I hope you're enjoying this. Right, here's the points as they stand right now. So, Prix 85, Fernandez 54, Carpe 53, Morelli 45. That's as they run right now. You can see it's changing every second in terms of the live angles of stuff as well. And it's only right it should actually change. This racing action is just nuts. As we'll hold back on that button. At 12 of 19. Still no change to the front. More power. Morelli's closed that gap now to 1.9 to Fernandez. And it's 1.6 to Munoz, who's running in 3rd position. So he has brought the gap down as we thought he might. And if these 3 at the front continue to battle, then it's anybody's business. This Moto 3 race is going to be dramatic. So hold on to anything this side of the armchair. If you're watching on a bus or a train, hold on to the handlebars. This is going to be a barnstorming final 7 laps. Esteban moves up into 7th position, continues going on the attack. It really is go, go, go action right now. So, a lot of good action so far. Just confirming some things. Any rider can win the Moto3 Jerez Grand Prix. Absolutely they can. It's one of those unpredictable events. But the championship leader is really wanting to be on the attack there. Max Michaelis, 85 points on the board. He wants it. He wants that attack moment. That 13 of 19. The race quietening down a little bit, isn't it? I was expecting a little bit more drama. We're not getting it. Over the line now. 14. Come on, come on, come on. It's a slow burn, but it's these three at the front. Yellow flag's out, sector 4. Oh, someone down at the last corner then. It's gone green quite quickly, so maybe they just run wide. No one on my timing screens informed me that they've moved. Don't know what that was about. Let's have a little look-see then. This is down at turn 6. And this was the 78 getting very loose of Joel Esteban. And this is why he lost several places, just touching the back of Brian Uritai. All it takes in a Moto3 race to dislodge you out of the racing pack. 14 of 19. They're planning for the last 3 laps. Agreed. I agree with you, Max. Esteban's dropped down to 9th place again. And I tell you what, Marco Morelli is really charging on right now. He's right behind this lot. Oh, and a big front twitch from David Munoz. That front end tyre is just getting a little bit too old now, isn't it? Just having a little switch. Well, there's a rider off there, but the camera highlighted a chap behind who's on a moped. Not the highest of authorities, as Matteo Bertoletti still 3 laps down, but actually Buckerman's just moved up a place as well. He's got ahead of Adrian Cruces as well. Here we go. Look at this. Maximo Quiles looking on the attack now to Adrian Fernandez. David Munoz just there as well. Back on the attack they go. They're trying to find the right opportunity to overtake, and 9 times out of 10 they will find it. Yeah, Marco Morelli has now joined this little battle, so someone's not going to be on the podium. That is an amazing catch-up from him. I did not... well, you said it, Tig, didn't you, earlier on? You said that he could close up, but he's done it. Rios up into 9th place. He's up 10 places. Also, either the Moto3 or the Moto2 race has been red flagged this year, by the way. If they don't, then it's going to be MotoGP that's going to have the red flag, isn't it? Because one of them has always been stopped across the board for both of them. Still looking strong. Let's look at the second monitor. Down we go into the dry sack hairpin. Esteban's been told to drop a position for forcing another ride off the track as Munoz gains a position. Dives through on the inside line of Adrian Fernandez as Maximo Quiles did take the lead of the race. So Fernandez from 1st to 3rd in the space of one basically corner. Munoz makes it and he goes through. Lead changed. Maximo Quiles leads. David Munoz 2nd. Adrian Fernandez down to 3rd with 5 to go of the Moto3 Spanish Grand Prix here at Jerez. You've got to wonder, is Adrian Fernandez going to miss this position? He's dropped back a bit too much. And this is going to be critical, this one, because if they make one mistake, I'm looking at the sector times, Esteban's position penalty has been completed. Danish gets ahead of Kelso. Poor race for Joel Kelso, actually, as well, let's be fair. I was expecting better from him, and it hasn't turned out. On the attack now, they come into the hairpin from the back. This is turn 1. Trying to look down at turn 13. Scott Ogden. Oh, and Bertoletti has come into the pit lane. I thought there was someone slow coming out of the hairpin at the last corner. There we go again. Maximo Cuellar has the front advantage from David Munoz by 0.190 with 4 to go of the Spanish Grand Prix here at Jerez. Adrian Fernandez now dropped out of it. Vada Pratima has moved up into 5th place, up 12 places he is. What a stunning race from him. Can Morelli close up? Again, Fernandez makes a small twitch down into turn 13. Sorry, down into turn 6. Hairpin. You can see them on the monitor now on the rider tracker. Catching is one thing, passing is quite another. Got to be prepared to make the sacrifices and make the actual runs. What an incredible battle. Honestly, this is amazing. Brilliant, brilliant Moto3 race. And it's live as well. If you're in the UK, it's free to wear on Quest. And you can join our commentary all throughout the day with timings as well. Here on JB Sports Extra. Here we go again. 3 to go next time by. Again, just small twitches, small actions. Over we go again now. No change. No change. No change. Just holding it together. 3 to go. Maximo Cuellar, David Munoz, Adrian Fernandez, Marco Morelli right there. This is the go point. If you had a go point, this is it. The push point. Been a quick race as well, actually. Jerez doesn't take very long. Just taking a look now. Max is now going to be on 90 points. He's going to be 38 clear to Alvaro Carpe. Maybe a bit more, actually, because Carpe dropped back. So has Peroni. What's happened to Peroni? Peroni's shuffled down now, down to 13th position. That's a shocker from him. Really missed out on several points there. That was a surprise. Keep an eye on that little position change. Well, the racing action with Maximo Cuellar on pole position. Looks like we're finally going to have another one for him to take it. Number 28 will have his 5th victory in Moto3. Hasn't won since Brazil, of course. A lot of battling further back now as well for 7th down again, as we were talking about. Come on, come on, come on, just get it together. Trust in yourself. Dive bomb coming through further back. That's behind, so that is Casey O'Gorman and battling with Peroni and Danish. Peroni gets ahead of Danish. 2 to go. Watching the leading group as well. Marco Morelli has now he's now battling with Adrian Fernandez. So if that is going to happen, it's going to happen shortly. Oh, contact! Peroni, Rios and Almanza, and Peroni getting forced out wide, so that was down turn 3. That's why Peroni got sent back wide, and that's a mistake at the front. Fernandez and Munoz making a battle. Munoz retaking 2nd position. That's given now. Munoz had a mistake. Fernandez is right on him, but so is Marco Morelli. 2, 3 and 4 battling on the inside and down at turn 6. Munoz goes in deep, cuts back off Morelli. Fernandez takes 2nd position. Munoz wants to go back round. Morelli wants this one, but that was a mistake from David Munoz at the exit of turn 5. And through now the inside. Marco Morelli is on to the podium. Marco Morelli is up into 2nd position. He has gone ahead of Fernandez and Munoz. He is P2. He will not be P3. That is brilliant. It's an Aspar 1-2 here in Spain. Maximo Cuellar is going to win his home event. Marco Morelli will be 2nd in his home event and will claim his 2nd ever podium in Moto3. Last lap the call to a very good Moto3 Spanish Grand Prix. It really has delivered some entertaining points. It is an Aspar 1-2 at their home event. And the riders are loving every second of it. The championship lead. Well, Marco Morelli is now also going to jump ahead of Alvaro Carpe with him having a podium this year, but they'll be level on points, 52 apiece. But it will be that it will also be an Aspar 1-2 in the Riders' Championship. Unless right now Fernandez and Munoz can make something of it down to turn 6 of the hairpin. They're going for it. Munoz in the inside of Fernandez, and they're going to be forcing their way through. And yep, sadly, Fernandez and Munoz go through, and that now drops Marco Morelli down into 4th position. A little bit of a block pass manoeuvre. That's going to put Carpe into 2nd, but these two are still battling. And that's going to allow them to force each other wide. Munoz goes on the inside. He forces out Morelli. He forces out Morelli wide. Morelli loses out again. Munoz and Fernandez battling with each other as well. The battle for 2nd. They all hate each other, remember? Munoz gets through on Adrian Fernandez. Morelli's going to be there to capitalise. It's going to be turn 13, the last one. And here we go, dive bomb. Yeah, through goes Munoz, and he forces him wide, and it's going to be a run to the line. Morelli's going to have the inside. This is a victory for Maximo Cuelas, but it's a photo finish for 2nd over the line. Adrian Fernandez 2nd, David Munoz is 3rd, and Marco Morelli is 4th. They are separated by 40 thousandths of a second between the top 3 with a photo finish to decide the podium. But Maximo Cuelas wins his home Moto3 event. The Spanish Grand Prix belongs to him. The championship lead of 90 points. Fantastic event. What a brilliant one. Now, who saw that coming? Fantastic. Fernandez 2nd, Munoz 3rd, Morelli 4th. 40 thousandths of a second, that's all it was between them all. 40 thousandths. Unbelievable for the top 3. Or top 2, 3, 4 actually. But no one can deny Maximo Cuelas is victorious in a superb show of skill. Let's check in with TNT.
Alvaro Carpe comes to celebrate with Max Quiles, Spanish winner of the Spanish Moto3 Grand Prix. We'll have the podium and the analysis when we come back.
Well, they never have the podium, so we'll go through the results here and the point situations and sign off ahead of Moto2. Maximo Cuelas is victorious from Adrian Fernandez in 2nd, David Munoz is 3rd, Marco Morelli in 4th, Alvaro Carpe 5th, Varda Pratima is 6th, Jesus Rios in 7th, Valentin Perrone, David Almanza, and Joel Esteban runs out the top 10. That's Urutai, O'Gorman, Danish, Kelso, Salmela, Ogden. Well, Salmela runs at the last point. Then it's Ogden, Yamanaka, O'Shea, Brookerman, Cruces, Mitani, Moody, the last finisher. Out of the race was Bertelli, Caro, Pini, and Ramstoffer did not actually start the event for some very much unknown reason. Points then, as they run. Maximo Cuelas will take the maximum 90. Has that actually caught up on where we need to be there at the moment? I don't think it has. It seems like it might be a little bit behind. So while I refresh that to try and get the latest one, because that is definitely incorrect on the points paying situations as it stands, because on my screen it says 90 points for Maximo Cuelas. Isn't just not going to work now? Is that it? Are you just having a paddy? You can see it wants to load in, then it just goes black. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Maximo Cuelas on 90 points. Alvaro Carpe 53. Adrian Fernandez now will be on 49. Perrone 47. Morelli 45. He could have had joint 2nd but lost out on it in the end. Then we get 37 for Pratima, 36 Pini, 33 for Almanza, 28 for Urutai, and Munoz on 22. And you can see Urutai is the last point pair with 2 points on the board as well. Well, that was the Moto3 Grand Prix. We are back for Moto2 in around about 30 minutes' time. Join us then here on JB Sports for all the action. It is a home victory for Maximo Cuelas. See you later. Bye-bye.